Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stephanie Fonseca, and today we have a makeup video. I know we've had a couple of these sports videos, but today we're back to makeup and we're going to be talking about black owned or black founded beauty brands, and we're gonna do a full face. So if you want to see how I love these products, how I use these products, like I'm gonna use an eyeshadow palette for my blush. If you want to see how that goes, just keep watching. Okay, so I went ahead and put my hair back, and I already went ahead and moisturized my face. And the first item that we are going to be using is going to be the Mcgrath Labs, and this is their Skin Fetish Primer. Now, Mcgrath Labs is a black-owned business, and if you do not know who Mcgrath is, please read up on it. She's just an iconic makeup artist, and she decided to make her own line. It is a luxe line, but she snapped on it. If you guys want to see how I feel about her products, I went ahead and actually did a review, so you can click on the link right up here and it'll take you to my Mcgrath Labs review. But let's go ahead, without further ado, go into the Mcgrath Labs primer. We're going to use a little bit and we're going to put it on the problem areas, aka my pores, and then we're gonna just smooth it all over. So what I really like about this primer is that it is kind of like a skincare duo primer, but it is expensive. That is the only thing about Miss Mcgrath Labs. She is on the pricey side, so keep that in mind. Now, our next black-owned business that we will be going into today is going to be the Fenty Beauty. Now, we have a fight going on right here because we could either go into Miss Fenty, which is amazing, or we can go into Miss Mcgrath, or we can go into Miss Mcgrath Labs, which I absolutely love. So right now I really don't know and I'm kind of torn. We'll go with Miss Fenty. So as you can tell, I use her a lot. Now, I have the shade 290 in the Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple squirts on the back of my hand. Now, this looks a lot lighter than me, but it oxidizes. So, just letting y'all know, because she does do that. I'm gonna go ahead and get my trusty little mirror, and we're going to start putting this on. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my brush and we're going to buff this in. Okay, so our foundation is all set. Now, the difference between the Fenty Beauty and the Mcgrath Labs is the Fenty Beauty is a lot more high coverage than the Mcgrath Labs. Mcgrath Labs, she is very, how do I say, she's very natural, your skin but better, but you can build it up to a medium coverage. As for the Fenty Beauty, she is matte. So if you have dry skin, you might not want her. You might want to get the hydrating foundation by Miss Breonna Fenty. But like I said, this foundation does oxidize, so make sure that you take a lighter shade and then allow it to kind of just sit and set on your face. But I absolutely love this. As you can tell, like, I use her and abuse. So if you don't know who Fenty Beauty is by, it is by Miss Breonna Fenty, and Miss Breonna is a singer, actress, fashion designer, lingerie designer. She just does everything. And if you don't know and have not heard of Fenty Beauty, she actually, I would go ahead and say, revolutionize the shade range. She came out kicking and screaming, making a shade range of 50 different shades, kind of tending to all different people and of all different colors, and she just came in, stepped on everybody's throats, and has not let off since then. So Fenty Beauty is high quality, but it's kind of in the not Mcgrath. It's kind of like just in the middle, because then you have your like drugstore, which is something that we're gonna hop into later. But since we have that all said and done, now we're gonna go into concealer. I have both the Fenty Beauty and the Mcgrath Labs concealer, and Miss Mcgrath beats Fenty Beauty, but they are both very good products. We're gonna go ahead and into this bad boy right here. This is what the doe foot looks like, and we're gonna go ahead and conceal. Now, as for this concealer, you just need a little bit. Let's blend. And there we have it. Now, this concealer is so bomb. She is high coverage but lightweight, and it's kind of like a hydrating concealer, so I love this concealer. Now, as for the Fenty Beauty, it's always matched up with her Fenty Beauty powder. Now, this duo right here makes it that you have a water resistant under eye. I know, sounds crazy, but Breonna really did that when she decided to say, you know what? You can cry, you can do this, you can do that. You can go ahead and get water sprayed on your face and she will stay. So she really, obviously it's not water like proof, but it is water resistant. So this right here, revolutionary. But before we go in to set our under eye, we're gonna go ahead and contour. This is the Fenty Beauty Matchstick, and she is beat up, but she is amazing. It is a cream to powder, and honestly, it is my go-to every single time. Okay, so now that we have that, we're gonna go into the Fenty Beauty, and this is the Pro Filter powder in butter. And Fenty's stuff smells amazing. Now, it's not like hits your face like, oh my gosh, that's potent. It's really just like a soft, subtle smell that just is a cherry on top. We're gonna go ahead and open that up, and we're going to take this beauty blender and just set them underneath our eyes just to make sure. We're gonna go ahead and close this up, and we're gonna go into the Mcgrath Labs, and this, oh, I was opening it wrong. We're gonna go ahead into the Mcgrath Labs palette, and this is the Mothership Divine Rose palette, and this palette is everything. Like, it honestly is everything. It's so amazing, but it is expensive. But I'm gonna go ahead in with this wing liner, and we're just gonna take a little bit of this shade right here, kind of just coat both sides, because to be honest, she's pigmented. So make sure you tap it off a little bit, because she will kick you with some pigment. And we're gonna do a mini wing. We're gonna go back into our powder, and we're just going to go ahead and cut this eyeliner just so that it's more well defined on both sides. Okay, there we have that part. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and close this up, because she's beautiful, but she's expensive, and we kind of don't dive into her all that much unless it's a special occasion. But I absolutely love that palette. The consistency is so amazing. It is expensive. I believe it's a $125, but just, you're really paying for quality product. And it is like that, you don't need all of the palettes, but like one palette that can serve you the most, get it. Like, it's so worth it. But on to our second item of the day. We're gonna go ahead and finish up our eyes with with the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place. Now, this is a pretty bright palette. Now, if you don't know what Juvia's Place is, it is a drugstore brand, and honestly, their shadows are absolutely amazing. Their foundation has had so many rave reviews, as well as their concealer. So definitely, if you are not in the Fenty price range, definitely dive into the Juvia's Place or even Beauty Bakery. Beauty Bakery is an amazing brand. I still have yet to purchase them because they are an online only, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below. But I've heard so many good things about Beauty Bakery as well as Uma Beauty. Honestly, I want to go ahead and start purchasing a lot more of these black founded, black owned beauty brands. But I started kind of expensive on Mcgrath as well as Fenty Beauty. But we're gonna go ahead into this palette and we're gonna take this kind of brownish shade and we're just going to buff that into our crease. So I'm going to lightly tap because this is heavily pigmented, and buff this in. Okay, now as we can tell, that is all buffed and put together. Now we're also gonna go ahead and use this palette for blush. So I actually started diving into this a little while ago, and if you get this pink and this orange, it makes a beautiful blush. However, light hand because it is pigmented. I'm going to repeat it again. Can you see that? Just pop. Again, I'm literally just tapping into it very lightly. So I went in with a little bit of a heavy hand, so I'm just gonna take my foundation brush and just ever so slightly stipple this just to diffuse it. And then we're going to go ahead and take my buffer brush and just wipe away all of the bake. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my lashes as well as my brows off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we went ahead and we put our lashes and did our brows. So one thing that I absolutely love to do is I love to go into my Fenty Beauty Fly Liner. Now this is an eyeliner that I like to go ahead and just line the beginning of my eye just to make my lashes kind of blend in. Now this is highly pigmented, and Breonna, if you haven't noticed, she does it. Like, she just does it. I'm gonna go ahead and just accentuate a little bit of that liner, and then we're gonna go in with this right here again. Okay, so there we go. There we have it. Now my next step is I like to go in with my Mcgrath Labs, and this is the Fetish Eyes mascara, and I do my lower lash line. And there we have it. I absolutely love this mascara. It is so nice and creamy, and it doesn't flake off, which is absolutely amazing. I bought it in the small version, but you can also get the bigger version, which I believe is $32. We still have my favorite part, highlighter. So Miss Fenty does it with the highlighters. So first and foremost, we're gonna go in with Miss Fenty Beauty. Oh shoot, 30. We're gonna go in with Miss Fenty Beauty, and she is in the color 24 Cray, and this highlighter is blinding. So we're gonna take my highlighter brush and we're going to gently tap into it. Now this is a golden color, and I absolutely love it. Do you see that? I barely even touched my cheek. So now that we're done with this golden color, if you have been on my channel, you do know that I love to stack on my highlighters. So next we're gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty in the color Sandcastle, and we're going to tap this on my cheek just to give it an extra highlight. This is blinding, bro. And then we're gonna go in with this very thin shadow brush, and we're going to tap into that and highlight the middle of our nose to accentuate our baby nose. Now, last but certainly not least, we're gonna go in to Miss How Many Carats by Fenty Beauty, and we're gonna just tap this on our cheek, and we're gonna tap this on our eyes. Now, the reason I love doing this is because I just feel like it just gives my eye an added luminosity. And lastly, we're gonna go in with Miss Fenty Beauty, and this is in the shade Glass Slipper. Is it a shade? No, it's clear, but I absolutely love this clear gloss. It has an added kind of like plumping ability to it, so this makes me absolutely love it. And it's not overly sticky, it's just absolutely perfect. And I love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my hair down, and we're kind of gonna just wrap this up and talk about the black owned / black founded beauty brands that I absolutely love, as well as ways that you can help. Now, in the description box below will be all the links to purchase all of these items, as well as links to petitions to go ahead and expand on social change. Now, it's not enough for us to just know about the brands that are owned by Black creatives. We have to also go ahead and know that it is also very good quality, because many times we decide to go ahead and grab for something else simply because of a, I guess, implanted notion that has been put into our brains that, you know, something will be of lesser quality or something will be worse. We have to kind of break these chains that, you know, society has gone ahead and implemented to oppress, and make sure that we are empowering and supporting these amazing ideas. I know that this past week alone, I saw this Black creative, and she honestly revolutionized the idea of eyeliner glue. Now, she has a regular eyeliner pen. I will go ahead and implant her right here. And she has a regular eyeliner pen, and she made a regular eyeliner pen. Now, it looks just like this, but it is eyelash glue. She went ahead and revolutionized lash glue because she created an eyeliner pen that is an eyeliner as well as a lash glue. And I know that within that week, she completely sold out. I went to purchase it and I couldn't even find it. And literally a couple days later, what did I see? Kiss went ahead and created their own. Now, one thing that I know is I'm not gonna be buying the Kiss one. First of all, because I already have a bone to pick with them, because their magnetic lashes do not work. And that's the tea. And number two, because they just took an idea from this Black creative who did an amazing job, and it's not her fault that it sold out. She has it in clear as well as black, and I just want to let you guys know that if we don't go ahead and empower these ideas and implant these ideas to where we truly support them, we will not have social change, we will not have economic change, we will not have several different aspects of our society in how it oppresses minorities changed. Now, in the description box below, I will also have a link to petitions that you can sign for social change. Now, it's not enough for me to go ahead and make a video about this just using these Black owned, Black founded businesses. We have to go ahead and we also have to put our pedal to the metal, have very difficult conversations had and made, as well as educate ourselves. We cannot wait for the next person to educate us. We have to go ahead and educate ourselves. I know as a Latina American that The education system has truly let us down. Not only was I growing up in a country that was basically telling me that my own people were going to school on monkeys and turtles, as well as showing that everybody just lived in complete poverty. Now, I was growing up kind of looking at my own country saying like, what? This is where my parents came from? It took very difficult conversations and living in Brazil to know that whatever was inside of my history book was complete BS. And the same goes for so many other things. Like, just as so much stuff is coming out today that the pictures were put in black and white, even though they were in color, to make it seem like it was such a distant past. Now, one thing that we have to go ahead and do is we have to educate ourselves. We can't depend on the American school system to go ahead and do this for us. What we have to do is we have to take upon change ourselves. And if you can't go out and protest, have those tough and difficult conversations with family and friends, calling them out on their crap. Because only in that way will we have true and explicit change. And make sure you go out and vote. Make sure you not only go out and vote, but you research who you are voting for, what their morals are, what their stances are on what you are choosing. Because many times we can really look at it and just think it's an X in a box, and not understanding that it directly impacts our very own livelihood. So educate yourself. Educate others. Call them on their crap. But be the change you want to see in your own family and in your own life and country. With all that being said, don't forget to just support the hell out of these people. These creatives that are breaking barriers, are breaking ceilings, are breaking so many barriers for so many other creatives to follow in their footsteps. So, with all that being said, very long-winded, I'm not gonna ask you to like, I'm not gonna ask you to subscribe. Instead, arrest the murderers of Elijah McClain. And don't forget to stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.